Hello, let's look at example B in our Supersim documentation, sending an interoperable superchain ERC20 token from chain 901 to 902. So what's really great about this is we get to use the interop auto relay. Instead of having to relay messages manually, Supersim takes care of that for us, which is just tremendous. So let's go ahead and start here by running Supersim with the flag interop.auto relay. I should probably just copy that, makes it easier. Boom. And now we have the same thing running as before, but we'll see some differences in a second here. Our available accounts, our private keys, and then our 3 chains that we have running. Let's go ahead and move on to step 2. We want to mint tokens to transfer, all right? So on chain 901, blah, 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 there we are. We see 9545, and if we remember, that corresponds to our layer 2 op chain A. So we're going to mint tokens on that layer 2 by using this command. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. We have cast, we have send. We are sending to this contract, and we're going to call this function inside of that contract. And again, we're going to pass these variables to that function. So this address right here should be familiar, 2266. That's the address that we're sending to. And that corresponds to the first address, the first account that we have available to us, 2266. Then we are going to specify how much do we want to send, how much do we want to mint, rather. Here we have 1,000, and then we need to tell Supersim where this contract lives. Again, it lives on our layer 2, so we use the RPC URL ending in 9545. We see again right here, that is our chain ID 901, op chain A. And of course, because we are sending ETH, we're creating a transaction, we need to specify the private key of who is calling this. So right now we see FF80. If you remember, FF80 corresponds to our first account. So let's go ahead and run that command. And there we go. We have now minted some tokens on the layer 2. All right, let's move to the next step. We want to initiate the send transaction on chain 901. We're going to send from one layer 2 to another layer 2 using this command. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we have here cast, send to this contract, and we are calling this function. We have a lot of parameters that we're going to pass. We're going to pass the token, or we're going to pass the address of the token itself. Then we're going to pass the address of the account that we're sending to. And you can see ending in 2266, that's our first account again. We want to tell it how much we want to send, 1,000, that's everything that we minted. And then the all-important chain ID. We're sending from chain 901 to chain 902. Now, where does this contract live? It still lives on our first layer 2, 9545. And then again, we need a private key because we are, moving an ERC20. We're moving tokens around. So let's go ahead and run this. And now this is where our interop auto relay comes in. We can see that instead of having to manually relay these messages from layer 2 to layer 2, Supersim is going to take care of that for us. And that is just tremendous. It abstracts away a lot of boilerplate that we don't need to worry about. And now we can go ahead and check that the balance on 902 has now increased. Let's go ahead and run this command. And there we go. We can see that we check the balance of an ERC20. We need to check the balance of a token, not of the ether that this contract has. So we're going to check the token address. We want to see how much of this token do we have. How much of this token does this account have, rather. So the first address is the ERC20 token. The second address here is the account that we're checking. And then we want to check on which layer, right? 9546. That is our second layer 2, our op chain B. 9546. So we can see that we've moved from 9545 to 9546. And let's go ahead and just verify this by checking on 9545. This should now be 0, right? We just move these tokens around. And there we go. So that is example B in our Supersim documentation. See you guys next time.